What is going on, fellas, and welcome back to Hertha Hero. This is episode 9, and we are about to look at the awards for the season. So, who do you think is going to be the player of the season, transfers of the season, and young player of the season? As you can tell, I've already had a look. It came up as the first news item of the day. Not much I could really do about it. So leave a comment down below who you think deserves it. I'm not going to show average rating because that's generally how it's picked. So I'm going to leave it up to you. Who do you think should have won it? Because I think the player who won it was quite good. I don't know, was he the best player for us this season? But it was domination. Grujic got second and Arias got third. So 2 lone players got into fans player of the season. I should probably offer them I should try and buy them, shouldn't I? Probably, yeah. Goal of the season was Lukaku against Frankfurt. We'll have a look at that in just a second. Signing of the season was Pietro Pellegrini, and young player of the season had to be Dilrosun. Fair enough. He was, like I said, he was quite good. I don't think he was. Yeah, I do agree. Dilrosun was quite good. Trying to think who I would have picked ahead of him. I would say Arne Meyer, but Arne Meyer did spend a lot of the season out injured. So yeah, I guess Dilrosun. He played pretty much every game anyway. Bas Dost playing up front for Eintracht Frankfurt. Player I used to absolutely adore signing in FM's gone by, along with Da Costa. He was another player I used to sign constantly. This better be an amazing goal because Lukaku has rounded a bunch of them. It was quite good because of how deep he came from, but I suppose. Fair enough. The 11 of the season is what you would expect. Magnin in goal, Arias and Mitchelstad as the wing backs, Tornrig and Stark as our centre backs, Grujic and Derrida. They played pretty much the majority of the games. As I said, Arne Meyer was injured for quite a while. Lukaku and Dilrosun, Piatek and Cunha. It's fair enough. Piatek, 24 goals, highest average rating, Dilrosun, and the most assists with 11. Best pass completion was Tornrig with 88. Normally it is the goalkeeper that has the highest pass completion because he is passing to our centre-backs generally. So the fact that one of our centre-backs has a higher average or best pass completion, it's quite good. Best player of the match, most player of the match awards went to Piatek with 6. And part of the Naughty Boy Club, Stark had 17 yellow cards. I like the commitment. Escobar, Mitchelstad and Marius Wolf with 1 red card each. Season review was good. Has to be quite good because we were expected to pre-season expectations of relegation. Instead, we managed to get into the Champions League. We did get as high as second, but unfortunately they're not looking at that and going, well, we got second place, but Borussia Dortmund had 2 games in hand. So, definitely losing in the Pokal Cup. Not a highlight of the season. Match of the season was 5-0 against Dusseldorf. I don't know. Moment to forget then was against Cologne when we lost 4-0. We used the most players in the league and we had a 67% full stadium. I would like that to be a little bit higher. We passed an objective 1 year ahead of schedule, which is fantastidosi, expialidocious. The club culture for next year is to develop players using the club's youth system. I intend on it. Play attacking, entertaining and high tempo pressing football. It's what we're doing already. So we just keep doing what we're doing. Okay, board, not a problem. Work within the wage budget. End of next season they want us to avoid relegation battle. And reach the first knockout round. What? Okay. Then next season they want us to qualify for the Champions League. Then work towards challenging for the league title. Challenge for the league title and then maintain challenging for the league title. Okay. I'll accept that. That's fine. Squad dynamics update, excellent and very good. I think the team cohesion is quite good as well. Team cohesion is good. This was maxed out on dressing room atmosphere until we lost that last game, and managerial support's always been quite good, so I'm happy with that. Plans for next season. What do I say? Top half for next season. Bit too ambitious. I think we can achieve it. Yeah, I'm happy with those who agree with me. A lot of the players that disagreed with me are players that are either not first team players or are leaving, so it makes no difference. Squad's gone on away for a little under a month. That's, they don't get a whole lot of time off, to be fair to them. Where in the world do we want to go? We have a lot of Austria. Could go to Italy. There's 2 places in Switzerland or Portugal. I think we go to Italy. We're off to Italy. In the current climate, we wouldn't be. But in the game, we can. So we are. That's what we're going to do. We'll have a quick look at the players I have agreed deals with. So we're trying to bring in Serginho Dest. It's not working out at the moment. We're after offering a contract to a Union Berlin midfielder who looks decent. So we're going to give him an opportunity to run around, probably in our second team. Just a decent all-round player. He is our 9th best central midfielder. Give him a chance. Poor fella, been suffering for long enough in Union Berlin. Might as well come over to the blue side. We're bringing in Chivarella from Liverpool to be an option if, brought him in on a free, not getting a whole lot of wages. Has an opportunity to make us a bit of money. We're bringing in another central midfielder in Zuccolotto. Yep, Zuccolotto from Bordeaux. He's a French 17-year-old. Probably going to come in and not start for a while. 1.6 million. It's cheap enough. We could turn a profit on him, I hope. Evil, I think I've already told you about him. He's coming in from Mainz. I think he could be a first team player for next season. Ignore that because that came in. I got a new update, an updated scout report after we had signed him. I don't know why he came through after we signed him, but I had agreed to sign him already, so it's fine by me. And they're bringing in a South Korean winger from Frankfurt who cannot cross the ball to save his life. So when he comes in, we're going to change what he's playing as. Might put him on the left as like an inside forward because he's got better finishing, or we could try and get him to work on his crossing. Either way, South Korean, it's going to bring in a bit of money for us, and that is pretty much all I want. I spent 3 years with an unknown club. Never heard of him. So, they're the players we're bringing in at the moment. Players that are leaving. Panzu Ernesto, as I said in the last episode, has gone to Dynamo Dresden. Skilbred's off to Rosenborg. And Samardzvic is going to Hamburg. We are trying to sign a couple of new contracts with players. Mainly Solomon Kalou. Where is Solomon Kalou? Solomon Kalou. I know he only played 4 games this year. He is willing to take a huge pay cut, and I do want to keep him here as a coach or in some form of backroom staff, because he's been here long enough that I think he deserves to have a place in the team, even if it is a backroom staff member. Has anyone made it? Dale Rosen has made it as a favoured personnel. Don't see anyone else after making moves. No. Palderde, a legend of the club, sacked by Hertha Berlin. unceremoniously, but you know, we have his kids playing for us still. It's all fine. So, like I said, next part of the episode will be us bringing in. It'll be the last lot of be the transfers just before the first game of the season. So that'll be along in just a second. I might be in a different shirt because probably going to take a little while to do it, and I have many things that need doing. So we'll be back in just a second for that. Right, fellas, we're back now for well, to have a look at the transfers, and it is the first day of the season, so we still have about 2 weeks worth of transfers to go. So we're still possibly looking to bring in new players. The transfer budget, only just a little over 28.5 million left. We have about 300,000 in wages spare. So we've been busy. We've been busy. This guy is coming in January. Lee De Juan, coming from our affiliate club, Daegu. So he's just a winger, looks decent. So I said I'd give him an opportunity to prove himself in Germany. So hopefully that works well for us. Hopefully he turns into an absolute worldie of a player. So as you can see, plenty of ins, plenty of outs. On the outs, we have Skilbred leaving, but we knew about that already. Klunter has gone to Bochum. Smartzovic has gone to Hamburg. I think you knew about all those already. Then, who is this guy? Juan Manuel Gutierrez came in for 2.4 million from Danube. Went out on loan to Holstein Kiel, who are actually in the Bundesliga this year. So 18-year-old Uruguayan striker should do bits. Rekik's gone out on loan. Popo's gone back to Hamburg for 100k a month plus his wages. Redan's gone on loan to Sandhausen. Kippert's gone out on loan. Julian Albrecht has gone to Karlsruhe for a loan. His brother has gone to Fortuna Düsseldorf for 850. Kazetta has gone on loan to Hanover. Haksha has gone to Karlsruhe as well on loan. Kupka, unfortunately, wasn't going to get any games. He's gone to Fortuna Düsseldorf for 3.2 million. A couple of other players went out on loan. Askbar is one of them. He's gone to Hamburg as well, 50k a month plus his wages. Karim Rakik has gone on loan as well. So we've sent a lot of brothers out on loan this season. Boyada has gone to Swansea for 6 million. Shivrella has gone to Parma on loan. They're paying his wages and they're giving us 10k a month. Korber has gone on loan as well, but I wanted to sell him and he had no interest. Dorida has gone to Stuttgart for 5.25 million, possibly up to 6.75 million. And Alan Velasco has gone on loan to Schalke, who we're playing in the next episode as the first game of the season. Came in from Independiente for 2.8 million. He's a decent attacking midfielder who should do business. We don't play with an attacking midfielder, so I was originally teaching him to be a left winger, I think it was. And Schalke came in and went, here, we pay his entire wages. We're going to guarantee him first team football. So I said, by all means, thank you very much. So we brought in 19.25 million, but we spent 65 million. So we're just going to have a look at the players that are important, because there's no point in going through all of them because there's a lot. So Young Min from Frankfurt, he's just an under 19 player, no big deal. Julian Alvarez came in from River for 3.5 million, as you can see, already valued 3.7. He's a right winger and he is going to be possibly playing on and off. It's more of just like a handy backup for both wings. He is going to play for the second team as well. This guy looks like he's going to be decent. You already knew about Zucleto, and I think you knew about how do you pronounce that? Habari from Angers, another winger, just looks decent. So he's in the under-19s at the minute. We were trying to loan him out. Nobody wants him. We've already looked at Juan Manuel Gutierrez. We raided Hamburg ever so slightly because they to be fair, they came after a lot of our players. They have three of our players. One they bought, two they took on loan. We decided to sign one of their underaged goalkeepers who is going to be playing for our under-19s and our reserve team. His scout report said he had like 4.5 star potential. Came in 3 star potential. So that was a bit of a disappointment. Then we signed Rick van Drongelen, the Dutch former under-21 international. Could still become full international. He's a powerful centre back. Spent 3 seasons with Hamburg, 2 in the second division. We're going to give him an opportunity to play in the top division, see how he gets on. He has played in the cup already, so that was nice. Because we sold Klunter, we didn't actually have a right back, and my attempt at getting Serginho Dest to join failed, so we paid the 8.5 million for Arias, who is going to come in and be probably our starting right back. He looks as good as he was last year. Comes in with the number 2 this year. Did play plenty of games last year, so I'm not worried about him not getting enough first team football. He's still young enough that he could get a little bit better maybe, but value wise, if we sold him right now, we'd make a huge profit on him. So that's kind of what I was doing. I wanted to make money on players. We also signed this guy from Union Berlin. I think you already knew about him. We have him loan listed. I want him to go out and get a bit of football because it would be nice. Then we signed Gabigol. 120k a week. We paid 25 million to bring him back to Europe. And oh my god. He has a release clause of 74 million. So I've instantly put it up at 74 million. He wants to use the club as a stepping stone. So not a bother. Away you go. If you score a bunch of goals, that's fine. I'll take 74 million. If it comes to it that he's valued at higher than 74 million, then we'll try and offer him a new contract, see how we get on. But he's on a lot of money. We also signed Domingos Quina from Watford. Watford got relegated, so we had a look at some of their players, and he looks decent. We, like I said, don't play with an attack midfielder. He is learning to be a box-to-box, and he's pretty good. So we paid 9.75 million for him, paid his release clause. If he has a good season, we might make some money off him. I don't think he's long-term, but we shall see. Kieran O'Hara came in as well. I wanted an Irish player. We signed an Irish goalkeeper who was released by Man United after a season in League One. Interestingly, he's going to be playing the first game of the season, which, spoiler alert, he played in the Cup game and he's going to be playing in the first league game. We also signed Borja Meral. I signed him purely because I wanted to sell him, and nobody wants to buy him. I was hoping to do a quick flip on him. It's not worked. People only want him on loan, and they don't want to pay his wages. They don't want to pay anything towards him. He is our third best striker, but I probably prefer Cunha over him. And there's a couple of youth players I prefer to play instead of him, but it's fine. We also brought in Serginho Dest on loan again. The Wonder Kid is back. He hopefully will stay fit. He has unfortunately been injured. He can't play the first game because he is dead from playing the Olympics, I think it was. So we're without Serginho Dest for the first game. When he gets back though, definitely going to play a lot of games. We also signed Shukabuni, Shakunbi, another winger. Just brought him in from one of our affiliate sites. I just kind of went and signed a couple of random players from affiliate teams just to give them a bit of money. He looks fine. I offered him out on loan, and only Nigerian teams came in for him. So no, thank you. We also had an issue where Del Rosen threw hissy fit because was a PSG came in, offered like 60 million for him. I said no, and then he turned around and went, I want to leave. So I offered him out to clubs. Then he turned around and went, why are you offering me out to clubs? It's like, I want 82 million for you. If someone offers 82 million, you can leave. So we brought in Christian Villa from Inter Milan as the player to take over from him if he does leave. If he doesn't, we have a decent backup left winger, which is nice. So Inter paid 4.6 million for him earlier this year. When did he actually join Inter? He joined Inter 8 days before we brought him in on loan. So he just a handy left winger. And as I said, Velasco came in and wasn't here for very long before he went out on loan to Schalke. I think that loan was done 4 days ago. So we're going to have a quick look at how we are lining, or actually, friendly wise, did quite well. Against the game against Feyenoord, we lost. First game of the season in the cup. I didn't want to do this, but alright. Gabigol scored a hat-trick, Piatek scored 4, Quina scored 1, and Lucas Toussaint got 1 as well. As you may see from here, it was 1-0 at half-time. It was 1-0 at half-time, and then we smashed in 8 in the second half. It was fantastic. This team looks fruity. A bunch of players have gotten new contracts as well. So this is how we're lining up for the first game of the season. O'Hara is in goal because Magnin has picked up an injury for 6 weeks. So Yerstein and O'Hara are going to get opportunities to play straight away, which is not ideal. We're also without Mitchelstad and Van der Rogen because they're both suspended. So we're going to be going into the game with O'Hara, Arias and O'Hara in goal, Arias and Nets as our wing backs because, as I said, don't have a left back. So Nets gets to make his competitive debut in the league, even though he played in the cup game. Turnriga and Vardiol as our centre backs, Quina and Meyer as our centre midfield, Luca Biacco and Delarosan as our wide men with Piatek and Gabigol up front. I have brought a couple of players up from the under-19s and the second team. Luca Nets is in the first team now. He's definitely our backup left back. Depending on how Mitchelstad gets on, could be starting left back before long. He's probably long-term starting left back. Wróbelewski. Wróbelewski has been brought up. He is just a handy right back, left back option. Can play both sides quite well. He has bags of potential, so I see him being quite a decent player for the future. And we've given Solomon Klou and Ibisevic new deals. They cannot play more than, if they play 10 games they get a new contract. Don't want that. We do not want that. So they're both being kept because I want to take them on as coaches for the foreseeable future. So I'm hoping that I don't have to play them very often. Ibisevic, I don't think he played an awful lot. He played 8 times last year. So we'll see how he gets on. Our captain, we left Ibisevic and Stark as captain and vice captain. Gabigol comes in as the key player, and Luca Nets is the hot prospect. As you can see, this is how we lined up in the last game. We did go fairly full strength because I wanted to see what the players could do, and everyone did quite well. So it was fantastic. We've spent a lot of money, but we're still 112 million in the bank, projected to have a profit of 162 million this year, and everything is trending upwards. And like I said, we do have Gabigol, who before long might have to be sold because that minimum fee release clause, 74 million, it was locked in straight away. I could not make a change to it. I wanted to put it at like 120 million or so, and they were like, no, 74 million, and we're using the club as a stepping stone. I was like, do I want that? And then I was like, you know, it's fine. We'll just deal with it. Dynamics wise, everything's good. Team cohesion's quite good. Like I said, the first team hasn't really changed. We just brought in a bunch of players to kind of fill in the gaps we had in the squad. Dressing room atmosphere is very good, but it's decreasing because DeRozan, who is unhappy at being touted to other clubs because he wanted to leave, decided then that he was just unhappy. It's very annoying. This kind of thing is frustrating when a player says they want to leave. You offer them out and then they're like, why are you offering me to clubs? Managerial support, they still love me. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Nobody hates me, which is fantastic. DeRozan's not a huge fan of me. Yarstein's not a huge fan either. Kind of annoyed that two of our team leaders are players that are not going to be playing. And then we have Stark, who won't start the first game, but he was injured until recently. So the next episode will be the game against Schalke, which is televised. We are going to be starting our season pretty well, and then I think after the Schalke game I'm going to skip the... Or do we just... I don't know. Well, the next episode's going to be Schalke regardless. And yeah, be interesting to see how we get on. Season preview wise, we are expected to finish 3rd. So, but we have Gabigol, best player in the league according to key players. And our second best player is DeRozan. Bayern Munich did sign Everton, which is going to make it interesting, I think, with them having probably the best left winger in the league. It keeps DeRozan out of the team, which is disappointing. I think DeRozan, unless he does leave, because he is wanted by Leipzig, Chelsea and Arsenal, I think it is. That's what it was last time. Yeah. Like I said, not leaving him go for any less than 82 million, because why would I? He's fantastic. He's by far and away our best left winger. I have no interest in allowing my best left winger to just up and leave because he feels like it, without making some sort of massive profit off him. Staff wise, we did bring in a new assistant manager. We have Sidney Lobo. It's my favourite assistant manager, so he comes in constantly. I take him everywhere with me. So everything I have said up to this point leads us to the end of the episode, where I am going to say thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.